Good morning students, my name is Madhavi working in COE Vardhanapet. In the last class we have studied about the skull of the axial skeleton. Today let us see about the vertebral column, sternum and the ribs. The human vertebral column consists of 26 serially repeated units which are called as the vertebrae. Each vertebrae, it has a hollow space in it called the neural canal through which the spinal cord is going to pass. And each vertebra, it is going to have the body called centrum, a vertebral arch with many processes which provide space for the attachment of the muscles. And in between the vertebrae, the articulations that are present are called as the intervertebral discs. Vertebral column is made up of 5 types of vertebrae, and the first one are the cervical vertebrae, which are 7 in number and present in the neck region. The first cervical vertebra is called as atlas and second one is called as the axis. The atlas is going to attach to the occipital condyles of the skull. In the atlas, it has an odontoid canal and the axis is going to have the odontoid process. The odontoid process of the axis is going to fit into the odontoid canal of the atlas and helps in the rotation of the head. The second one are the thoracic vertebrae. They are 12 in number, present in the thoracic region and they provide space for the attachment of the ribs. The third one are the lumbar vertebrae, which are 5 in number. They are the largest and strongest vertebrae and they help in attachment of the muscles of the back. The fourth one is sacrum. It is a triangular bone which is formed by fusion of 5 sacral vertebrae. And the last one is coccyx, which is also a triangular bone which is formed by fusion of 4 coccygeal vertebrae. The functions of the vertebral column are, it protects the spinal cord in its neural canal. And second one is, it supports the skull. And third one is, it provides space for the attachment of ribs and the back muscles. The next one is sternum, which is also called as the breastbone. It is a flat bone which is present in the mid-ventral line of the thorax and it is made up of 3 parts. The upper one manubrium, the middle part body and the third one is the xiphoid process. And this sternum, it provides space for the attachment of the ribs and the abdominal muscles. And the last one of the axial skeleton are the ribs. In the human chest, there are 12 pairs of ribs. Each rib, it is a flat bone which is dorsally attached to the thoracic vertebrae and on the ventral side, it attaches to the sternum. And the ribs in humans are called bicephalic because they are going to have 2 heads called as capitulum and tuberculum by which they are going to attach to the thoracic vertebrae. And these ribs, they are divided into 2 types, true ribs and false ribs. The first 7 pairs of ribs are called as true ribs or vertebrosternal ribs because dorsally they are attached to the thoracic vertebrae and ventrally they are attached to the sternum. And the remaining 5 pairs are called as the false ribs, in which the 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs are called as vertebrochondral ribs because on dorsal side they attach to the thoracic vertebrae but on the ventral side they get attached to the cartilaginous part of the 7th vertebra. And the last one are the floating ribs which include the 11th and 12th pairs of ribs. These are called as floating ribs because on the ventral side they are free, neither they attach to the sternum nor to the other ribs. The rib cage includes the sternum, the thoracic vertebra and the ribs. So axial skeleton includes skull, vertebral column, sternum and ribs. So totally it comprises of 80 bones. And today's question is, how many vertebrae are present in the early embryonic development? Thank you, and tomorrow's session will be appendicular skeleton.